Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon or Rising, and it's weekly reading for the week of August 19th to the 25th. Your cards this week, Scorpio: energies leaving, completing or transitioning. You have the Three of Wands here. Focus energies, you have the beautiful Ace of Cups clarified with the Two of Swords. We have the Nine of Swords coming in towards the end of the week. So Scorpio, recent past, look what we've got here. We've got the Three of Wands and the Page of Wands that came out together. So, it looks like you've really been getting yourself in a position where you're ready to explore life again, to really step into your adventurous spirit here under the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is somebody who has a sense of fiery passion about them, who is an explorer, who can find opportunity and growth in even the most barren of environments. So, maybe in the recent past you were feeling like you were a little bit, in a desert of senses. It could be in a bit of an emotional desert. Maybe you could come out of a period where there just wasn't that much happening in an area of your life, be it love, be it, work opportunities. Maybe it's just been business as usual for quite a while. But I think that you've kind of been moving into a place where you are seeking and desiring much more passion and lust and growth in your life. And with the Three of Wands here, the three being the number of initial manifestations, I think through this process of, really thinking about what you want for your life and, realizing that, you really want to kind of cross this desert, that you've started to have the initial manifestations of something greater. Because the Three of Wands is somebody who wants to broaden their horizons, is seeking more, who is beginning to manifest and put in that groundwork so that, eventually their ships will come in. This is somebody who, really has that hope, faith and trust in the universe that by, taking the right steps, things will be fruitful in the next season, in the next chapter. And I think, you've sort of been in that place where you can kind of just start to see those ships on the horizon and you kind of know that you're heading in the right direction. So that's that's actually a really beautiful combo there. You're sort of coming back into a much more inspired time in your life. And it's interesting that when your energy changes and you start to get more passionate about things, it's kind of like a snowball. It really gathers momentum. And, law of attraction works on where our beliefs and feelings really meet. And by sort of being in that excited, inspired place of feeling, well, that's exactly what we attract to us. Now, your cards this week here, Scorpio, are pretty much in line with that. So what I was hearing as I was putting these cards down was spoiled for choice. So through shifting this energy and going through that initial manifestation, whether you were fully conscious of it or not, I think what you've attracted to yourself is actually quite a lot of opportunity. Because what we have here is the Ace of Cups that's come out with the Seven of Cups. So you might know that there are various readings of the Seven of Cups. Sometimes it can be about confusion. Sometimes it can be about, opportunities that are sort of at an arm's length from you. But within this reading, I strongly feel that this is you having quite a lot of choices on the table, having a lot of opportunity. And the kind of opportunities that are available to you are ones that really have the potential to fulfill you deeply on an emotional level. So as a general reading, it's difficult to say exactly what these opportunities relate to. You'll know, but it could be if you were looking for that job that all of a sudden, after being in the desert and sort of not having any opportunities on the horizon for some time, because of this shift of energy, all of a sudden, in a week, 3 opportunities that are great come in all at once. And each one might be slightly different and present slightly different things to you. And then you're actually in a position where you need to choose. If it's a romantic situation, once again, you might have been in that romantic desert, and all of a sudden, you start to get attention from different people. Maybe you get asked out on a date by a couple of different people. It's really about being spoiled for choice. That's what I'm hearing here. And yeah, I feel like some of these opportunities have the possibility to go the distance, to really fulfill you, you know, through all of your five senses. You know, the Ace of Cups really talks about, you know, the initial seeds of something that can grow into something very abundant and beautiful. You know, the Ace is number one in the suit of cups, so it is going to take some kind of action from you to seize it and to kind of grow it. So, you know, if you are asked out, you know, potentially, you know, on those couple of dates, maybe you go on both of them and you really assess and see which one's going to be more fulfilling for you. If it's job opportunities, go to the interviews, ask the questions, you know, and then from that informed place, you can make a decision. And, you know, the Two of Swords here, that's all about being at that crossroads. It's all about making that decision. You know, making the decision, sometimes it's about weighing up two quite even opportunities. The Two of Swords can also talk about feeling a little blinded in that decision making. But the key really is to follow your intuition and tune into that and think about what's really going to fulfill you on a soul level, on an emotional level, and that's the key to making that decision. You know, sometimes the path can seem almost the same in both directions, but if you tune into that place of quiet, you know, deep within you, you'll then see, you know, in the place of quiet is where you see the subtleties, the differences, and that's where you'll be able to make that informed decision from. Now, towards the end of the week, Scorpio, I've got an interesting combo here because we do have the Nine of Swords that came out with the Ace of Wands. So, you know, we've got a lot of options and a difficult decision to make. You know what, sometimes it can cause us to really overthink and to really overanalyze and get a little bit up in our head. So look, you know, it could cause you a little bit of grief, this decision making. You know, when you're falling asleep at night and you have that little bit of space, even though I was talking about tuning into the subtleties, be careful not to allow all those thoughts and overanalyzing to kind of come in and cloud that space and make you feel confused, to make you feel a little bit anxious about that situation. You know, if you can really sort of try to get that overthinking out of the way, then, you know, we don't want to sit around in this Nine of Swords energy. Because, you know, we have the Ace of Wands here, so you've just got such strong opportunity coming in for you, like double ace here. You know, the divine is literally stepping in with that opportunity, and all you need to do is choose. It's a huge time for growth, inspiration, all that kind of thing. And I really feel that that Nine of Swords energy is going to get knocked out pretty quick by that Ace of Wands, because this is the, you know, that idea coming in, that inspiration that will really help guide you to making the right decision for you. You know, the Ace of Wands also wants you to choose the option that's going to give you not only the emotional fulfillment, but also spiritual fulfillment, self-development and growth. Yeah, it's really, really beautiful here. So I just think it's going to be a week full of choices, spoilt for choice, so many options on the table, and you might have a hard decision to make. Don't forget to tune into your intuition while you're making that decision, Scorpio. It's a beautiful reading. It's great to have too many options rather than not enough. So Scorpio, we'll leave it there for you. Wish you all the best with all those options on the table. Keep in mind it's a general reading. Not every Scorpio will find themselves in this situation this week. Some of you will, and this one's for you. And we'll see you for another reading next week.